What is one of the best investments in the world? Of course, it is gold. It is pure investment, as in 1971, 1 ounce of gold was only $35 per 1 ounce. Look at this chart, and it is growing and growing for last 50 years. Today's gold price is $264. However, just few weeks ago, it was almost 3,000, exactly 2,800. That means gold reached 80 times of its value since 1971. That is 8,000%. Can you imagine? Gold increased in price, in value to dollar 8,000% just in 50 years. So if you've been investing in gold for last 50 years and only gold when the gold was cheap and kept that until today, or you sold that gold when that was expensive and then you bought that gold again when that was very cheap, keeping this formula, buying cheap, selling expensive, you would have a lot of pension today. It was one of the best pension system in last 50 years. You think it is a lot that gold actually increased in value to US dollar by 8,000% in 50 years. Wait for this, what I am going to show you now. This is gold to GBP. Actually, gold increased even more to British pound. The British pounds in 1971 was just 15 pounds per 1 ounce. That means 1 ounce of gold skyrocketed in 50 years 150 times, which is actually equivalent of 15,000%. British pound actually lost twice as much as US dollar. This is why it is one of the best investments that you don't have to think about. On the top of that, there are other currencies that actually crashed to gold, because this rise of value of gold to these major currencies, US dollar and GBP, was for 50 years. So gold once was expensive, once was cheap, so it was a steady grow. Well, how on earth we can say that 15,000% is steady grow? Yeah, I know. However, if we think about other currencies, let's say we think about Turkish lira, then Turkish lira actually crashed to gold just since 2014. Can you imagine? Gold skyrocketed from 2,400 Turkish liras to 92,000 Turkish liras. You can just imagine, this is 20 times in 10 years. This is so much that we even can't imagine. Keeping gold is good idea if you want to keep on with the printing money, with the increasing M3, with the big inflation. The question is that when the gold is cheap, and the question is when the gold is expensive. However, eventually gold is rising in value as we've got something called fiat currencies, and those fiat currencies are printed. British people, they print money. As we can see, Turkish people print their money. That's why gold is actually rising so much to British pound. British people, ECB, European Central Bank, is printing so much empty British pound that people are giving it away for gold and for other assets like silver. This is why the gold is rising. As for example, British, they are conducting quantitative easing. Americans, they also printing money, but Americans, they have something called world currency, so they can print their money, but British, they can't print their money. That's why British pound is losing twice, 3, 4, 5 times faster than US dollar to gold, and Turkish lira actually lost even more than the British pound by another 4, 5, 6 times more, 10 times more than the British pound, as we can see. So the gold was one of the best investments in last 2 decades, even last 5 decades. However, can you hear that on mainstream media? I don't think so.